All the girls. All the girls.
All my girls asleep. Huh?
Evan, give me the curtain.
This one, the battery came off. Wait.
Give me the curtain. Leave it, leave it, leave it. We'll off. We'll off. Hare Krishna. So all the Sunday school kids can proceed to the classes, the respective classes. It already started in different rooms. And there will be Bhagavad Gita class here in the temple or for all the adults.
Hare Krishna. So we'll chant the Jai Radha Madhava prayers. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari जयो राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय श्रीनिवास गोविंद जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद नरसिंह जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद श्री श्री कृष्ण बलराम की श्री श्री निताय गौरंग की श्री श्रीनिवास गोविंद की श्री प्रहलाद नरसिंहदेव की जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा thank you all for joining today's discussion on Bhagavad Gita. So we'll be discussing from 18th chapter text 43 preset to the regular. So the verse is displayed on the screen. So we'll recite the verse few times and then we'll discuss a little bit about what Lord Krishna is saying here. So please repeat after me. Sauryam tejo dhritirdakshyam. Sauryam tejo dhritirdakshyam. Yuddhe chapi apalayanam. Yuddhe chapi apalayanam. Dhanam Ishvara bhavascha. Dhanam Ishvara bhavascha. Kshatram karma svabhavajam. Kshatram karma svabhavajam. Sauryo tejo dhritirdakshyam. Yuddhe chapi apalayanam. Dhanam Ishvara bhavascha. Kshatram karma svabhavajam. So we'll also read the word-to-word meanings and translation. So you can all repeat after me the word-to-word meanings. Sauryam, heroism. Tejaha, power. Dhritihi, determination. Dakshyam, resourcefulness. Yuddhe, in battle. Cha, and. Api, also. Apalayanam, not fleeing. Dhanam, generosity. Ishvara, leadership. Bhavaha, nature. Cha, and. Kshatram, kshatriya. Karma, duty. Swabhavajam, born of his own nature. Translation by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. So please repeat the translation. Heroism. Actually, I'll say the words. You can repeat after me. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the qualities of work for the Kshatriyas. All right. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So here, just give me 1 second, I'll bring up my notes. All right. So here in this verse, we can see that Lord Krishna is speaking about the qualities of work for Kshatriyas. So we all know there are 4 Varnas. Our original Vedic system, what is it called as? What is the religion or the so-called Vedic system? What is it called as? Sanatana Dharma. There is one more name. Sorry, say that again. Varnashrama Dharma, yes. So our Vedic religion, actually, they have coined this word Hinduism, but that is not what, our Vedic religion was known as. It is known as Varnashrama Dharma. So there are 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. So many of you might know this. So let's talk about real quick. What are the 4 Varnas? 4 Varnas means categories of society. What are the 4 Varnas? Kshatriya was mentioned here. Yes, Kshatriya, and then what else? Brahmins, Brahmana, and Vaishya, and Shudra. So these Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Unfortunately, these words are infamous now, right? It gets related to the caste system, and it has a lot of negativity involved. And this has, they say, they had deteriorated our civilization because of caste system and all these things. But actually, it was a scientific division. And who came up with these divisions? Krishna says, Chatur Varna, these 4 Varnas that we talked about in the 4th chapter, he says, this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Varna Maya Srushta, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So Krishna is saying, I have created this. Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So you think, oh, this caste system was introduced by Lord Krishna himself? Krishna is saying, yes, I have introduced, but it's not the caste system. It is categorization of the society. And how? It is not by, today how does somebody say, oh, I am Brahmin? How do they say? Based on their birth, right? He's born in a Brahmin family, oh, I am Brahmin. Right? He says, oh, I am Kshatriya. They say, oh, we are from this category, this caste, like this. So Krishna, when he introduced, what did he say? By birth, let's analyze again. He says, Chatur Varna Maya Srushta, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So this categorization, Krishna never said, Janma Vibhagasha. He didn't say this is by birth actually. It is by Guna and Karma. Guna means qualities, Karma means activities. Prabhupada gives a very, very simple example to understand. Like a judge. The son of a high court judge, is he also a high court judge? No, right? How can one be a high court judge? By same thing, it is a scientific system, Guna and Karma. He has to have the qualities of a high court judge, and he should have acted in that way, and then he would have been selected. Same thing for a doctor, right? Is it by birth? Oh, my father is a doctor, and I'm now 20 years. He takes some scissors and knives and says, I'll start doing surgery. Does that work? No, my father is a doctor. What do you mean? How come I am not a doctor? Not at all. He does not have the qualification. If he does not have the qualification, or he has not worked in that particular way, right? We know the medical students, they study, and actually the final year, they work as an assistant to a doctor, and they do, small things and all. So this division, it was actually a scientific division. But unfortunately, let's say if some people start saying, if the society slowly changes, that because I'm a doctor, my son has to be a doctor. All doctors create a big revolution. What is this? Why are you not allowing my children? And slowly they pass a law. Okay. Son of a doctor. And then son of a judge. If it becomes like that, then what happens if you go to the doctor? Problem will be solved for good. The problem won't exist, the person also won't exist, right? So unfortunately, that is what has happened. The original Vedic system was based on Guna and Karma, by the qualities and the activities of a person. But as per time, unfortunately, there are always these miscreants, people who exploit the systems, and they try to, tweak the systems for their own advantage. And unfortunately, our Vedic system also was a victim of this tweaking and, misuse by, the miscreants. So that's how it became now caste system by birth, and, there are all the kinds of discriminations and everything. But originally, Krishna has created based on Guna and Karma. So that was the 4 Varnas. And there are the 4 ashramas also. It is not just a social classification. See, in today's world, these 4 categories, they're kind of represented. The Brahmins, one can say, very much like the scientific society, the scientists, the PhDs, and the, very great intellectual people, they come little bit as the Brahmanas, they guide the society. And the Kshatriyas, there is the political and the military department. You can say there is a, Kshatriya department, maybe though not as per the qualities like here we see, right? We can look at the translation. The Kshatriya, for a politician, what is his qualities? Because Krishna said it is by Guna and Karma. So here he is telling what those Guna and Karma are. So he's saying heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, leadership are the qualities of work for Kshatriyas. So today when people are, electing the new president or a prime minister or, a representative of a country or a state, are they going by this? Are they saying, is he heroic? Is he powerful? He has this determination. Does he have courage in battle? Right? All the other things, by good speeches, they try to prove. Right? I am heroic, I am powerful, I am determined. But after they get elected, we will come to know how powerful they are, the opposition party and all the other create so much problem, then the law never gets passed, right? And their determination also depends on some other party they join with to form the government. They say, I will remove my support, then their determination is gone, right? So this democracy, unfortunately, doesn't allow a good leader to even survive, you know. Courage in battle. When there is war, what was the original recommendation? You know, when it says courage in battle, nowadays for a politician, there is courage in battle not even needed, right? They're just sitting at their bunker, looking at 20 screens or monitors, getting status updates, very carefully protected, and the poor soldiers are, you know, being sent one after another, just go and they're all getting killed in battle. But that is not how original Kshatriya is supposed to be. A politician, a leader of the country, you know, a king at those times, he would be in the beginning in the battle. His chariot, his horses, his, you know, the whole army would be in the front, and he would be in the front. He would actually lead. That is a real leader in the battle, courage in battle. Now all these things are lost. So the original, if you see the Vedic system given by Krishna was so scientific, so powerful. So that is why, you know, people want Rama Rajya. Why? Not just because Lord Rama, you know, okay, he was incarnation of the Lord. Anybody who followed the instructions of Lord Rama or Lord Krishna, the Vedic system, even in Bhagavatam it is mentioned that when Yudhishthira Maharaj was ruling, we all know the battle of Mahabharata, and finally when Yudhishthira was installed as the king, it was very similar to Ramarajya. So I will quickly read a few statements from Bhagavatam. In the first canto it is mentioned, when Yudhishthira Maharaj became the king, what was the situation? During the reign of Maharaj Yudhishthira, the clouds showered all water that people needed. Now California is in big drought, isn't it? They're giving different names. It's been a regular drought, mega drought, now super drought. Have you heard? Any other new name has come? It's keeping on coming, right? But what happened when Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was following the Varnashrama system as per, you know, Lord Krishna's instructions, as per the instructions in, you know, the Vedic literature. The clouds showered all the water that people needed. Right? And the earth produced all the necessities of man in profusion. What are the necessities of a man actually for us to survive? Is it the latest iPhone model? Latest Mac Studio with maybe more processors? No, we need grains. We need food grains. Now drought. I was seeing somebody made a big banner recently. What is it? Food grows where water flows. Right? Drought is a problem. We all survive on food. Annat bhavanti bhutani, Krishna says. But unfortunately, our necessities have become something else nowadays. If the latest new gadget or the new device is not with us, we feel we are losing something. But here is the thing, you know, what we really need is food grains and rains. And then it says, due to its fatty milk bag and cheerful attitude, the cow used to moisten the grazing ground with milk. Right? So the cows, you know, were a very important part of the Vedic system. Cow is known as our mother. Why? Because when we are born, our mother can probably provide milk only for a year or two. But rest of the life, we get the essential nutrition from the milk from the cow. So the cow is the mother. So it's being said how happy the cows were. They were grazing and the milk bags were full and the milk was flowing out even without even, you know, trying to remove the milk. So that was the situation. And something else is mentioned. The rivers, oceans, hills, mountains, forests, creepers, and active drugs in every season paid their tax quota to the king in profusion. So it's a very interesting thing. We see the tax is being paid only by normal people, right? People who are working, and there are different tax limits. But see here in the Bhagavatam, what it is said that who is paying tax here? The rivers, oceans, hills, mountains, forests, creepers, and active drugs in every season paid their tax. That means the nature was reciprocating. For a wonderful king like when Yudhishthira Maharaj was ruling, the nature was reciprocating and it was providing everything that was needed. And then I'll read one more thing. Because of the kings having no enemy, the living beings were not at any time disturbed by mental agonies, diseases, or excessive heat or cold. Now we know the unfortunate situation, the war that is happening, right? Because enmities between kingdoms or countries for sometimes some reason or for no reason, and people are always in anxiety. Right? A lot of tech companies, we're all in Bay Area, we all have, you know, I was surprised to know that a lot of tech companies have ties with Ukraine. There is a very, you know, much technology providing country actually, even in our own company. it's a technological company. Close to 40% of our contractors are from Ukraine. Even we weren't aware. So, but now see what is happening, so much anxiety. The companies are now planning to see, how do we plan for these things, right? So all these things, why? Because the Vedic civilization was not being followed. Unnecessary enemies and mental agonies, diseases, and then it is mentioned excessive heat or cold. Again, nature reciprocates. Nature reciprocates. Just like if we are healthy, the body is healthy, generally everything else is also good. The vision is good, the muscles are good, our digestive system is good. So we are all part of this nature. If you maintain a healthy atmosphere, including from the how the ruling is happening, even the nature reciprocates. So this is what happens when we follow the Varnashrama system. Now what is the important aspect? I keep saying Varnashrama, but we only talked about Varnas, the Kshatriya. So in the interest of time, I'll go directly to the ashramas. So what is this ashram? It's called Varnashram system. What does ashram mean actually? What comes to mind when we say ashram? Grahastha ashram is one ashram, but in general ashram means the place where a spiritual progress is happening, right? Sometimes we say we are going to this Babaji ashram or this ashram, that ashram. People go on the weekends or in India, they visit an ashram. Why? What is ashram? Ashram is a place where spiritual progress is happening. And what is this Varnashrama system? It is not that, you're doing your job and, at some point of time, you go to some ashram and meet some Babaji or get some mantra or something, for your well-being. No. Our life itself, every Varna has to be linked with an ashrama. And what are the 4 ashramas? What are the 4 ashrama? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 ashramas. Brahmacharya, yes, Brahmacharya ashram. So from age 0 to 25 years is known as, first 25 years as the Brahmacharya ashrama. And then what is the next ashram? Grahastha ashram. What is the age group for Grahastha ashram? From 25 to 60. Any other numbers? 50. Any other number? What is retirement age in America right now? When will your 401k we will get 100%? 67 and half, right? Isn't it? So there is this thing, and somewhere 72. I think if you can stretch it till 72, then you will get even more. There is something like that, right? Soon I will also be reading up on that, right? We'll all have to read up. So, Grahastha ashram till when? From 25 to 60, 50, 75. In India, retirement age 60, right? We think all that. But actually, the Vedic system says 50, 50. You might be wondering, Grahastha ashram, what is after Grahastha? After Grahastha is retirement. What is the next ashram known as? Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means, Vana means what? Forest. Vanaprastha means go take shelter in forest. That means retire, done, ho gaya. But people are thinking, 50 is when my children will be done with college, how I can lead my life. Last 20 years, I bogged down school, high school, college, this fees, that fee. And then I want to live my life. Some people buy sports cars and things like that at 50, they're freed up with. But what is Vedic system saying? No, retire. And do what? Go to forest. Oh my God, what is this? From which year to which year is Vanaprastha? From 50 to 60? He said till 75. Human actually, if everything is good, he lives for 100 years. And 75 to 100 is the last stage. It is sannyasa ashram. So if you see only 25 to 50, only 25 years of economic development and family life and all that, remaining 75 years, 75% of our life is supposed to be spent for spiritual progress. Atato Brahma Jignasa, the purpose of human life is to advance spiritually. So this Varnashrama system, this whole system is, in summary, it is mentioned, Suta Goswami in Bhagavatam, he says, what is this Varnashrama system? He says, Atapumbi Dvijashrestha. So he's telling to all the Dvijashrestha, all to the other, Saunaka Rishi and others were there when he's speaking. He's saying, Varnashrama Vibhagasha. So this Varnashrama Vibhagasha, so these divisions of 4 Varnas and 4 Ashrama, what is the purpose? He says, Swanustitasya Dharmasya Samsiddhi Haritoshanam. Swanustitasya Dharmasya. So wherever position you are, Samsiddhi means perfection, is Haritoshanam. When we please the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is when is the success for our any ashrama or any varna that we are in. So, the purpose of human life is to actually make spiritual progress, and the way to make spiritual progress has become very easy. Krishna has personally come and mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita how to make spiritual progress. He talks about different kinds of yoga. He talks about karma yoga, dhyana yoga, jnana yoga, and all kinds of yoga. But then he says the ultimate, the topmost is, what is the topmost? Bhakti yoga, right? Yoginam api sarvesham matgata antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yuktatama mataha. Of all the types of yogis, one who is antaratmana bhajate yomam, who is always worshipping me, he is the topmost yogi. So how do we please the Supreme Lord? We can always worship Him. Now how do we worship Him? That also Krishna makes it very clear. He says, he tells 4 things. If you do these 4 things, you become a bhakti yogi. What is it? Manmana bhava mad bhakto. Manmana means always think of me. Mad bhakto, become my devotee. Madjaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru. You pay obeisances to me. Then definitely you will come to me. So Krishna says this. So this Yudhishthir Maharaj and all this Kshatriya, behind the scenes, what they're doing is, they're constantly worshipping the Supreme Lord. They're trying to please the Supreme Lord. And in this way, Yudhishthir Maharaj had attained perfection, and all of us also can attain perfection. Swanusthitasya dharmasya. Whatever we are doing, we can attain perfection by samsiddhi haritoshanam. We should please the Lord. And Kali Yuga, the pleasing Lord has become even more easy. What is the easiest way to please the Lord? It's known as Sankirtana Yagna. How to perform Sankirtana Yagna? By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So let's all together chant once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the whole Varnasrama system has just boiled down to one small mantra. If all of us chant this Hare Krishna mantra, on the japa beats, like how we do sometimes in the temple, today in the interest of time, we won't be doing on the japa. Or we can do kirtan, like how we were doing earlier and we'll do later, as together with devotees, with musical instruments, by dancing and singing. If we do this, then we are actually performing Bhakti Yoga and we are attaining perfection. We are able to please the Lord and ultimately attain Mukti, that is going back to Vaikuntha. That is what Mukti is all about, okay? So we have some nice announcements and presentations by Sunday school children, so I'll stop here. Let's all see how our children are advancing in taking advantage of our Vedic knowledge and building nice cultures and value and getting a good meaning into the life. All right, so I'll stop here. I'll request Prisiki Mataji to introduce what we are going to do now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We need a couple of volunteers to take them out of the stage. Yeah. Yeah. Just take and put it there. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, they can come. So we will start today with our midterm presentations. So thank you all for being here. So this is the youngest class, 3 to 5 years, Damodara class. So it's very cute to watch, even whatever even hear what they talk. And now they're going to perform actually. So it's going to be wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So all the kids will stand here now. Yeah. Go. Move. Okay. Yeah, you can take it now. Go on the back side. Maybe should be sloka, no? Sloka and then dance. So together, everything on the stage will be sufficient. Okay, move a little bit. Dance on the same pose. You want, come here, everybody. Middle. Yeah, this here. Yeah, middle.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,